I came from the mud. There's dirt on my hands. Strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon.
What's up, Internet? Coach Dennis back at you with another training vlog. And today could be one of the most important messages I have to share. I'm not going to talk too much about today's actual training, but instead about the mindset of training and why performance is greater than physique, at least in terms of mindset and longevity on your fitness journey. So the concept I want to get across is in choosing your archetype. Okay, so we all get into training, let's be honest, because we want to look good naked, right? We want to feel good, we want to have more energy, we want to feel powerful, look powerful. But if you go into the gym only thinking about looks, you have such a long road ahead of you, and the progress is excruciatingly slow. And if you're not paying attention to performance, you're going to want to quit because you're not going to notice improvement. You're not going to notice how much better you're actually getting. But if you can pay attention to performance, those gains come a lot quicker. And the physique will follow. And the physique will also be highly dependent on nutrition, which I would say motivation for nutrition comes and goes. But you can increase performance even when nutrition isn't at its best. So there's always a way to move forward when it comes to performance. So, I've had several archetypes over the year. My sort of original archetype was the CrossFit physique. Here's Rich Froning. Let's take a look at him. Yeah, who doesn't want to look like that? And the idea of CrossFit was that you have the upper body of a gymnast and the lower body of a weightlifter and the lungs of a miler, right? So who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want the upper body of a gymnast, the low body of an Olympic weightlifter, and the fitness of a miler? So to me, that was a great route to go. And I've done a lot of CrossFit over the years, and a lot of the motivation was physique. Here's a track cyclist's legs, and here's a swimmer's upper body. So this got me thinking, right? Because my issue with CrossFit, and it's not like an issue against the methodology, it was an issue for me personally, is that I reached a point where my CrossFit capacity, my performance level exceeded my training ability. Meaning I kind of got as good as I can get off of just showing up to class and doing an hour a day. If I really wanted to get better, I did quarterfinals this year. If I wanted to go on to semifinals or the games, I would really have to train a lot more and a lot more strategically. And at 40, I just don't know that my body can handle that, and my lifestyle can handle that. I've got an arthritic hip, I've got a torn labrum. Yeah, maybe if I took the time to get a couple surgeries and do proper rehab, maybe I could get into some more intense training. But then I also have to consider that I have a baby on the way. I have, a job, a family. So for me, I kind of peaked with CrossFit. Maybe I could get some more marginal gains, but that's how I felt. And so referencing back to those cyclist legs and that swimmer upper body, it dawned on me that there are other archetypes for physique that I would also be really excited to have, which kind of brought me back to triathlon. Right. And so I've done triathlon in the past. So I already knew that I liked it. I had some performance metrics to base off. So now I have some new goals around triathlon. And specifically, I'm doing sprint triathlon because if we're talking about like Ironman, well, that's a totally different body type. But when we're looking at these track cyclist legs, there's Noah Lyles, by the way. I want to talk about him in a second. He's a sprinter. Well, let's talk about that real quick. So he's the actual reason I'm doing box squats today. I just happened to come across a Noah Lyles YouTube video this morning, and he was doing box squats to this exact depth. And I also realized that he's the exact same height as me, 5'11". And he did a box squat, a 550-pound box squat. And I was like, dang, man, that's killer. I want to see what I could do today. I worked up to 315, but, my knee felt it didn't hurt, but I felt a little something. And I've done like 450 quarter squats in the past. And I got the volume kind of high. Anyway, long story short, I've overloaded squats in the past too quickly and gotten a little patellar tendonitis, so I kind of know better. And since I haven't really been squatting all that much, I knew that just trying to match Noah Lyles 550, while maybe I could have grinded it out, could have just set me up for a short-term aggravation of my knees, which really would not be intelligent considering I have a race in 5 weeks. But so anyway, I was happy to do 315. But coming back to the archetype, there was a reason I picked sprint triathlon and wanted to focus on that, because it still is a power-based sport. It's in the name, sprint, right? The longest you're really going if you're elite is an hour. And it's 3 different disciplines. So it's really like, a sub 10-minute swim. It's kind of still a sprint. Maybe a 30-minute bike. You can lay down a lot of power on a 30-minute bike. And a 5K run, which is it's not 100 meters, but it's still moving pretty fast. So for me, I could have sort of that original archetype I was looking for with CrossFit, where I wanted a big, powerful upper body, big, powerful legs, and a lot of capacity for cardiovascular. And I feel like I can get that same sort of archetype through triathlon. And I just happen to tolerate triathlon training a lot better. And I happen to be able to notice progress a lot clearer. So I say all this because, I'll be honest, I'm looking at this video today, and maybe some of you think I look good. Maybe some of you tell me I look great, but excuse me, I just burped. I still see the soft spots. I still see the little bit of extra fat, and that, as hard as I've been working, I could get frustrated with that. But instead, I have performance metrics to keep me motivated. I ran 18 minutes today at a 6:40 mile pace. That was freaking awesome. I did it in intervals, 3 minutes hard, 3 minutes easy, but I couldn't do that at the beginning of the year. So I've been focusing on this triathlon plan. So I just highly encourage you all to seek out an archetype, an athletic archetype, and then move like that. Do what that person does, and measure your progress, because it's going to be so much more fun. Look at all this sweat, man. If anybody wants me to water their garden, just set up a treadmill and I'll come run in your garden. So anyway, I hope that makes sense to you all. Focus on performance, let the physique follow, and dial in your nutrition. Today's day 7 for me of dialing in my nutrition, and I'll report back with some new gains.